Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another week. Market's going to be opening soon. Forex market's going to be opening here in about a couple hours, just under 2 hours. And we had some movement on XRP. We had a position going, still do, but we covered this possible scenario on a previous call, so we're going to be taking a look at that. But let's get into this article real quick. Ex-banker gives, none of this is financial advice, for educational purposes only. Ex-banker gives reasons why this bull run will be a special one for XRP. It's not a long article, not going to take a long time here. In a recent tweet, Kyron, a former banker, expressed his optimism about the upcoming bull run for the third largest altcoin, XRP, emphasizing the significant changes that have transpired since the last market cycle. So here he talks about this. Let's look. So this is his take on it, and I happen to agree with a part of this. Let me know what you think. He's going to talk about suppression here from the last cycle and the lawsuit. This bull run will be a special one for XRP. Last cycle we saw heavy suppression, so because of that missed time, that built up suppression that's been on the verge of exploding this whole time. So all this time that we were waiting, other people were waiting too. So once everything is go in the clear, I know people say that the lawsuit's over and everything like that, but it's not 100% clear completely over. So maybe we'll see that when it ends. I'm thinking so, but there's going to be several twists and turns, I'm sure, still along the way. So just got to stay on the lookout for that. Stay tuned in. Last cycle we saw heavy suppression and inactivity due to the whole lawsuit issue, but things have changed since then. In fact, change might be an understatement, as Ripple has flipped this around into the most bullish outcome possible. I agree with that. While things looked pretty back and forth for the SEC and Ripple all throughout last bull run, it would seem that since Ripple's flipped it around and made SEC look pretty bad, along with some help from the rest of the industry. He's talking about retail stepping in and other attorneys and things stepping in, the people that wrote amicus briefs, all this stuff. So we saw a large amount of support for Ripple as it was going to court, as it continues. Because since last bull run, not only has Ripple been coming out on top with the lawsuit and being defined in on-security for 2 out of 3 reasons, but since the momentum for the development on the CBDCs with Ripple has been nothing short of amazing. Paulo, Georgia, Hong Kong, Montenegro, I don't know how to say this. It's pretty clear that many of these central banks simply don't care. The lawsuit is going with Ripple and XRP anymore. They're here for the network utilities, and that's exactly what Ripple provides. But it wasn't just the lawsuit that set XRP back. It was the implications of the lawsuit that led to concerns by exchanges in the U.S. So it was the effects from the lawsuit, not necessarily the lawsuit itself, but it caused a vast majority, nearly all of the exchanges in the United States to delist it, eventually resulting in the delisting of XRP on almost every major U.S. exchange. Shout out to Uphold. Uphold is now the official place for XRP, for keeping XRP all the way through. This absolutely led to a large void in accessibility for XRP as major exchanges such as Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, and many others followed suit. Since then, XRP has been relisted on every exchange mentioned and back into being one of the most popular tokens in the public markets. In the bull market before that, in 2016-17, XRP saw gains like you wouldn't imagine, having pumped from under 1 penny to well over $3.50. With all that's been happening with XRP lately, we are primed for another run by the OG Enterprises blockchain utility. So let's look at the chart. Last time that we were looking at this, I was looking for a possible come and test down. We still hadn't filled in these gaps right here. We still have not filled in these gaps. So this is something that I'm looking at still, obviously, because the move this morning. So later saw, and then last night I posted in the group. By the way, if you're not following the channel Win with Ryan, make sure and follow to stay up to date. We're posting videos here first, no matter where you're seeing this. We're going to be posting them here first. And then also here, I wanted to mention this, that we started a subscription for this. It's only $4.99 a month to get in. We have a full training course, how to set up your software, so how to set up MetaTrader, how to set up your trading view, you know, in our house. This is our in-house strategy, the TSFX strategy, early entry strategy. You know, you get a number of other things when you come in here. Live chat, you know, plenty of reading for trading psychology and things. So I think the most valuable aspect of this is the live chat. So at $4.99 a month to get all of that, you know, we just wanted to make it affordable enough for everybody to have a chance to get in. So I know there's a lot of speculation out there as to what's true, what's real, you know, out there. So just throwing it out there. If you want to stay super connected and have more of this, more signals. So we're doing intraday signals on cryptocurrencies. So make sure and stay tuned in, stay connected. If you have any questions, then just reach out and give us a holler. So back to the charts. This is still looking on the 1 hour. Not gonna really go out on all the time frames or anything. This is still looking like, for the time being, a consolidation up, and that's what this would be on a smaller time frame, considering the liquidity taken here. You know, it's hard to say where they're going to run with this, but let's look at a couple of options from here. What could we see? So it just so happened when we had broke out, you can see instantly, I mean, it held for an hour, but then we dropped back down below. So everyone going long, or not everyone, but most people going long had their stop losses right here. So that was obvious to me, manipulation. Okay, pump, dump. You know, a lot of times we'll go up, down on the other side of the structure and get a price action pattern. So basically, long story short, when you see moves like this, is to completely confuse the heck out of people. And if you're not ready for it, then, you know, it's gonna, you know, then you're gonna be less likely to, you know, be prepared, obviously. But so this is one option I'm seeing. So I'm going to be watching this area down here around 61 cents. Also, we still have our fair value gaps. I had seen that someone on Twitter had said that we cleared out the fair value gaps. Well, I'm not seeing all that. Maybe we cleared out some, but definitely not them all. So looking at another possibility here, so we would go through and go down. So that's an option. These things, these moves right here, and we haven't really got the numbers on them for cryptocurrencies, but with Forex, these moves are prominent. We're here, I was pointing to up around, we were pointing to around here. I was like, well, there's a chance that we could come up here and then crash, you know, to fill in these gaps, come back down and retest. So down here, this level would be a level I'd be looking at on XRP, 57 cents. We break below 57 cents on the hour, then I would say, you know, that's bearish, obviously. Here's our channel, the green. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's take a look at a smaller time frame real quick, and then we'll jump over to, I want to look at XRP Bitcoin chart because it's looking interesting right now. So to be bullish, obviously this markup here, looking for a cross again over here, but we're up here on the hour, so you can see it retest, rejection, come back down. It's not often we take off from this kind of price, from this kind of structure right here. but you don't never know. This tends to be bearish. So by the time you see this, it might already have been played out. We're going to start going live too, so another reason to stay connected and Win with Ryan, also in our groups. And again, there's just going to be more in the subscription based group. So right here, looking at the top on the 15-minute of where price had closed at 63.5 cents. So basically we close into 64. I'll be bullish again. Right now, to get more bullish, I want to see this scenario, the second scenario we talked about. I want to see this come back down, preferably, and give a nice solid bottom. It's not a picture perfect world, that's for sure, not here. But so also to go along with this, I'd want to see, to get an early entry in on something like this, we would have to pull out an indicator to help us here, because I'll want to see some bullish divergence, and our entry would be down around here somewhere. If this happened, the chances of this happens probably 1 out of 100 or something. But this is what it looks like in Forex. We are going to be in Forex and metals and stuff again this week, so just FYI, stay tuned in, and we'll be posting those in the group. And the thing is, like, we're posting the majority of, we're posting everything in here and on our Telegram channel for signals. We're doing primarily news and reviews here on Win with Ryan channel. Not gonna be calling signals out like this in here, like out here in the public. We posted this with the actual, these targets on the thumbnail, but it's not suggesting anything. But these are actually where we're looking to take profit. So we'll see where it goes from here. Let's take a look at XRP versus Bitcoin real quick. We were in the green here. Let's see what's happened. I wanted to point this out because we did have a nice, let's see, what time frame was that on? It was on the 4 hour. Okay, yeah, it was on the 4 hour. So 4 hour, the neckline held. Just basically put, like, we closed down below these wicks. The bearish break of structure here. Actually, yeah, let's stay down here. We're still in the support. So we had our inverse head and shoulders form, but then we got this wick right here. So seeing this and then seeing this back to back is really neutral right now. Like where is this going to go? Because this is showing rejection from up top. This one's showing near the same amount here, but we held the neckline. So from a technical sense, if this candle closes below here or here, I'm seeing this as a liquidity pattern set. Boom, slam, and it's hard to tell where they're going to take that money and drop it, if they're going to buy or they're going to sell. I've just always kind of thought in the back of my mind that before things take off on this bull run that we would see a massive crash. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. If you've been watching, you know that I don't have a clue. We're taking this day by day, candle by candle. What do you call these things? Newsletter, I guess. Article after article. Data after this comes in. We're going to be covering this later. And taking it from there. And preparing, using foresight, measuring moves, and making the best decisions that we can. So not everything's always going to play out right. If this, or I say like perfectly, and so it's just always important to keep that mindset. So with that being said, a complete market crash. So just waiting to see where this is going to set, throughout the day and week. If we get below here on XRP, Bitcoin, bearish. I'm bullish up here. 4 zeros, 1700. So we'll see what happens there. I wanted to take a look at XLM real quick. As you can see right here, XLM's in the green, XRP's in the red. This has been the scenario for months now. When we take a dump, when XRP takes a dump, it's twice as much as what XLM does, and when we go up, XLM goes about twice as much. So here we are back to around the entry. This would have actually made a pretty decent entry considering this area right here is where price likes to retrace to. Covered this on the last video, but refer to it as the order block. So you have an initial move, break of structure. That's from people getting in early. Okay, and they sell off right here at resistance. I dropped this in the signals. Hey, we're at resistance right here. So we had hit our first target on XLM. The reason why we put it there, this target here, is because there's a resistance right here. So anyways, we got retracement back to the order block, and it was bought up. You know, we'll see what happens. Looking to break this resistance, and the mark to beat right now is going to be number 1 right here at basically break into 12 cents and a 2, and then to break this resistance, looking at, if we set on the hour or on every quarter, whatever hour, or you know what I mean, so at like 4 o'clock, at noon, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, etc. So we have about 3 hours that would line up with us down here. We're on Central Time, so anyways, you get it. Each one of these candles is a 4-hour candle. At the end of 3 hours, if we're up here and the candle closes, then that would be pretty bullish to me. We are high on the RSI, but cryptos have been known to ride this up here for a while. So we're going to be getting on and covering Forex later, and we're going to be taking a look at gold, metals, and we're going to be looking at some indices this week. We're going to be measuring moves, keeping records, journaling, doing all that stuff. So we're going to be touching on the 7-step trading process and showing how that works so that you can get your own strategy and you can measure and test and do all this stuff to get all the math, to get all the numbers, so that you will know how to play your specific strategy. This will work for any strategy. It's not biased. This is not a strategy I'm talking about. It's a group of fundamental must-haves, must-dos in order for you to accumulate the information necessary for any strategy to be consistently profitable. There's, the principles can change, but the fundamentals, they need to be the same. The underlying factors, So there's one way to do this, and there are several different routes how you go about doing it that way. But one thing is for sure, you need data, and that's what we're going to be doing in the group. So we are going to be doing this and adding it to the training. So we're going to be doing it off of price action patterns. So just keeping a log and logging it in the group so that people, if they want to trade price action patterns, then they'll be able to pick, which pattern do they want to trade. But anyways, there's, like I said, several different strategies. You can come in, get the information that you need for your strategy so that you can be consistently profitable. What it all comes down to is psychology and risk management. We got to work these numbers, but first we got to find out win to loss ratio. How many times does this scenario play out? And when it does play out, what's the risk to reward per time frame and instrument? So this information needs to be rigid. Your entries need to be precise and definitive. There can't be, and you have to execute with minimal trading error. But anyway, so we're going to be going over that and in the group, like I said, and so hope to see y'all there. If you have any questions, then just reach out and holler, and we will see y'all on the next one. See ya.